Public Works, December 22nd, 2025, 5 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Becky, are you asking me to read this?
Yes.
Okay. The City of Greendale, in compliance with our Title VI implementation plan, is a non-discriminating city. We have developed a complaint of discrimination form that is open to the public at any time, along with a voluntary public survey. You can find these documents to fill out at the back of the room by the exit. Please refer all comments, concerns, and discrimination complaints to Nathaniel Barrows, ADA and Title VI Coordinator. Okay, great.
That's all we need to do?
That's all we, yeah. All right, any audience comments? Anybody? Okay. All right, Nathaniel, evaluate Woods Drainage?
Yeah, so me and Alan met with Mark this morning out there about it. He's still a long ways off from even drawing anything up for the drainage. He's focused right now is actually the dam. He's going to try and get that going for this summer, but then in the meantime, I told him we need to really shift to the road issues we're having. That 36-inch sewer pipe it's done.
Stormwater pipe.
Or stormwater, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's done. The hillside and road is falling off on the lakeside. So I told him, you know, obviously with the cost and everything, I told him to phase it. So phase one would basically be fixing the road, the hillside, and then the pipe. And then phase two would be the drainage ditches in accordance with whatever we're going to do with the road.
How long is that 36-inch pipe? Is it it's not real long. I remember I stood in the bottom of that hole and looked up it. And
Yeah, off the top of my head, maybe 80 feet.
I looked at it. I was going to say 60, 70 feet,
Okay,
maybe,
yeah.
something like that. Did you video it or get somebody in it?
Nate, our civil city foreman, he's actually went up inside there, and it, like I said, the whole bottom's completely shot out of it.
Is it eroded away?
So it's eroded. It's eroded away, but one of the biggest problems is like if we tried to like slip it, to me there's just nothing there to even, like I said, the whole bottom's out of it. But another issue that I feel is really even a bigger issue to some degree. There was a void that our civil city department found this fall out there. So when they went to fix that void, they dug out 12 feet and it was all sand. So that tells you that it was never backfilled properly.
Well, oh my gosh, how much time? You want to be out here in 15 minutes, right?
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we were figuring about 16 feet to the top of pipe.
Well, there was, believe it or not, just around the corner, there was another one, used to have an ag riser on, what road is that? Whispering Woods, that was on the north or west side, and we had to completely dig that thing out and put a new pipe in there. It had failed. You remember that, Charlie? It was two pipes that were stuck together just around the corner. You know where I'm at?
Yeah.
We had to cut the water main, had to splice it all back together. This one here is going to be a nightmare because there's a sewer line that's not very deep, and every drop of sewage that comes from Valley Woods goes through that pipe, every drop.
Gotcha.
You're going to have a heck of a hole, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're looking up in it, I mean, it's not a rifle barrel, but it's jacked and dropping down too, right?
Yeah.
You probably just got on the board when we were messing with all that stuff, and I could shoot myself right now because that was the next one we're going to do. There's probably a file around here, and I was kicking around the idea of trying to slip it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, 5 or so years ago we probably could have. Like I said, in my opinion, I don't know if it's, to me at this point, I think it's a Band-Aid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something's weird with that pipe as well, because like when you're on the drainage side of it, you know, the pipe kind of lines here, but then on the lake side, the pipe like comes out here. So it's got like a weird jog in it somewhere too. And I mean, I see you smiling over there, so you probably know what that jog's about.
Again, I could talk all day about Valleywood
Yeah.
subdivision.
Which
Oh,
I said, I mean,
hold on.
you know, that's your guys' call. I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention, and, you know, I said, in my opinion, that probably needs to be addressed.
We already know we have an enormous amount of water coming down through there, hitting
Yeah.
that
Yes.
pipe. The last thing we wanna do is make it smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that, you can go to a 36-inch pipe and you can slip like a 30, and because of the corrugated metal,
Smooth.
you still have the same capacity.
Capacity.
You don't lose capacity if you go smaller. But if it's got any kind of misalignment in it, you're
Yeah.
screwed.
Nice.
You can't get through
Yeah,
there.
like I said, to me, and I haven't climbed up through there or nothing like that, but just when you visualize where one end is and the other end, when it doesn't line up correctly at all. So it's gotta be doing some weird turn in there. I've looked at some numbers for like to do the 48 inch just because of all the water coming down, and like, that was part of what I told Mark, you know, whatever we're gonna design for the road, obviously let's make it make sense for the drainage ditch as well.
I don't remember ever seeing, on really, really bad storms, it ever not get through that pipe. Well, what I'm getting at is I'm thinking the 36-inch is probably adequate capacity. I've never seen it back up, fill up, and go over the road.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing that. But, I mean, if you're gonna dig a big hole, maybe you're better off just going with the bigger pipe. Number two, though, make sure Bear Becker looks at it. They can do that analysis and figure out what queue and figure out a storm, how much queue's
We
coming
definitely
down
want their
through there.
blessing,
Yeah, absolutely.
yes.
But Charlie, we never did find that water main, right? Remember?
We did away with it.
So we chopped it on either side, hooked it, and went over the top of it, right? There was a water main that we never saw. It must be 30 foot deep.
Well, that kind of brings out of curiosity, so that house that sits on the corner there, where that ditch line runs in front of their house, as you kind of make that last bend, there's an area close to our road that just lays wet. Like, we were out there today and it was just soaking wet.
It's probably because we put new water lines and sewer lines up the gravel road up to Valley Woods, and I'm sure what it is, it's the water coming off the hill, following the exterior of the pipe where our trench is, and it's just gonna roll out.
And that makes sense, 'cause I talked to Sean about it this morning. He said that they've done a bunch of tests out there, and there's nothing.
That line's real shallow.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Okay.
It's been wet over there before, so
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Now, we got rid of the
We did, didn't we?
the water on the left side. Now, the right side, that new 12-inch
12, that's right.
goes up through there, and that's what we tied everything into when we.
Yeah, but there was this water line, we looked and looked and looked, and we couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
We never found it. And I prayed that the thing never broke, because we had never, I
Yeah.
don't know what we'd have done. We'd, just dig it up and cap it and run a line across the ground, we'd have to figure it out. Okay, that's good. Gosh, dang it. Get Bear to look at it.
We will. In the email, we sent you complete contractors. He just gave us a rough number, just
Thumbnail.
so we know. So, and we're not gonna make that public, obviously,
yeah.
because it'll have to go out for bid, but we just had to have an idea what it was gonna cost, so. Okay, all right. That's it for unfinished. Resolution 2025, Anthony, you know which resolution this is?
I don't, let me ask.
Okay. Anyway, we are taking up another worn-out dump truck to Lutz's. Hopefully this one's safe enough to drive around the parking lot, unlike the last one. And if you look on the second page, we're getting rid of some old Meyer snowplows. We don't even use Meyer snowplows anymore. Getting bicycle racks, tire swings, poly slides, park benches, picnic tables, and yada, yada, yada. So,
I'm curious, I saw that beautiful wood picnic table at, I walked through Danny Miller Park, so you're getting away from the recycled plastic ones, are they warping, or what?
Breaking down too quickly with UV rays. I love those picnic tables. I had a long talk with the parks director in the city of Holland, Michigan, about 5 years ago. And he said, we'll never go to recycled plastic park tables because of UV damage. And he said, and we can replace a board. We consider that lumber grown for that purpose, the utile purpose. And at that time, I just talked to away from when we replaced those recycled plastic parquets.
Yeah.
And, I love them.
Well, we're going like full circle, because we had wood before, then I remember bringing the recycled plastic ones from Florida. We used to use them a lot down there, but I know they probably didn't last as good as up here. But you remember there was a lot of vandalism and
Oh, they'll carve 'em, no doubt in my mind, okay? But they burn holes in those plastic tapes.
yeah, they sure
These
can't.
kids are animals, okay?
His kids ran
But they couldn't carve into those big thick
They're kids.
plastic ones. We didn't have as much graffiti and stuff getting tore up. I don't remember or think we did. I just remember we had a lot of vandalism early on with the wood
Well,
ones.
it's a different type, I mean, they were able to scratch them in pretty good. They took a torch to one in the shelter behind
Cabin.
the cabin.
Yeah, just think if that caught,
Yeah, I remember.
just think if it had caught, taken.
Well, the one I saw at Danny looked great. I mean, I was impressed with
Well,
it.
we changed out all the ones behind the cabin, the one at Danny Miller, and, seems like, and one more in Greendale Park probably. So, I'm thrilled with it.
Yeah, it turned out nice, didn't it?
Good.
And you know where we got the idea? Lawrenceburg tape.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a metal frame with top and they go, you know.
Yeah, they held up well. Okay. So, Becky, what's the resolution number? Do you know?
2025-04.
04? Okay, we need a motion to pass resolution 2025-04.
I so moved to pass a resolution regarding the sale and of surplus personal property for the city of Greendale.
Got it first, we have a second?
I'll second it.
First and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries, thank you. All right, Nathaniel, fuel tank quotes. Let's start with why we're doing this.
Yeah. So, one of the biggest reasons, well, the main reasons why we really need to get this done is to get back in compliance. With Jessica Price, the last time she did a tour of our facilities, she basically gave us a pass. So that's one huge issue, is we gotta get that going before we get dinged with our insurance. So that's kind of the main reason, but also too, I mean, it's just the point it's unsafe. I mean, there's a plethora of reasons why it's unsafe. I mean, another good reason too is we'll be able to actually track our fuel, which is a huge benefit to us. And then, not saying anybody would, but we'll be able to actually put a kill switch, so that way if we're not working, then we can shut those fuel tanks off, so we know if anybody's even there, not taking fuel from us. So those are kind of the main reasons why we're looking at doing that. There's a couple quotes that we got. Personally, I think the Lothbury Valley one would be the best, and just to buy it outright. I think it's a good price. The double wall tanks is still in compliance with MS4 and everything. We already verified all that. There are some potential lease agreements we could do, but then we're going to get into cost of fuel as they change with inflation. Then we're stuck at those prices, and
We're locked into the supplier.
Yeah, and we're locked into the supplier. Another thing is, even once that lease agreement was over, we still don't have tanks. So, to me, if we can go ahead and get those tanks done, that's another good thing we can start checking off as we, try and get more into compliance with our safety and things like that. It's to me, small little things like that can just go a long ways with the bigger picture of stuff.
Just as a point of reference, I use Lothbury at that farm, and they've been great.
And our civil city foreman, Nate Wilson, he recommended them too, and said they've always treated him well personally, and in dealings he's had with Greendale. So
They do Belterra down there. I mean, they do big and small, so.
Yep.
So the Premier one was a lease, the Lothbury we're purchasing it, right?
Yeah. So Premier, we can buy the tanks and do a lease. Buying the tanks from Premier, number one, is more money.
4,300.
Yeah.
I
So
saw that,
so
okay.
total for both tanks with Premier, because
plus another 685.
Right,
Yeah.
so total with both tanks and then outfitted is just under 10 grand. With Lothry Valley, everything included, both tanks, is just under 8,500.
Okay.
The Premier, if we did the lease with them, it's $200 a year lease. But then we're locked in as well to their fuel prices and how that, and whatever inflation comes along with that. With Lothry, there was no locked-in price for a lease, but we would be locked into a price for the fuel as that rises and goes up.
Are they going back in the same spot in the back over there?
Yeah, we
Clean 'em
were,
up.
yeah.
Do they, so they come, is it like a tank inside of a bathtub is what they look like? Is that the
No.
ones I'm thinking
No,
of?
they're just double wall
Yeah,
tanks.
they're just double wall tanks, and we were talking about just go ahead and pouring a nice pad there to sit them on.
Okay.
And then, we were gonna have our mechanic, run electric out to them, obviously, and then run a kill switch into the garage. So that way, like I said, you know, in essence, you know, one of the guys gotta go and clock in, then they would turn that kill switch on. So it's just, again, not saying anybody would, but it's just another way to make sure where the fuel's going.
Got it.
And then also we'll be able to track this. So right now, our foreman, he basically just has to write down a guesstimation of what fuel we're using. And that was part of the problem with trying to get some of these quotes is, you know, trying to do a lease with them, they wanna know our fuel and how much we're gonna buy from them. And we don't really have a good way of knowing that right now.
Yeah, so Kennett's not gonna be delivering anymore, or they?
Well, they can, we can, if we own our tanks, we can choose who we,
want.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
right. We got a price from Kennett for a used tank, which is, it's a double wall, tank, does that make sense?
Mhm.
And he used, with pinholes in it, he wanted 12 grand.
And it was a tank, it was an oversized kill tank.
It
too.
was,
We
it was,
didn't-
right, we were gonna have stay old gases.
Yeah,
We were not gonna have,
yeah.
where this, we won't have that.
Yeah, our foreman did a really good job of giving the best guesstimation number what we go through, and he felt that the two 550 tanks would be perfect for
Yeah,
us,
yeah, it will be.
So Jessica, is it with, she with Bitco?
I believe. So,
Yeah, Bitco, which is,
How much gas do you use? I know the diesel, you know, you take care of the
right,
backhoes and
Yeah.
mini.
but how much
skids.
gas?
When we're in mowing season, we go through, you know, they fuel every day,
Gas?
yes, because of the mowers.
Yeah, I think when I asked Nate that question, like I said, unfortunately, we don't have a real good answer on it because nobody's ever tracked it. We've never had a good
We
system to
have-
track.
We didn't, no.
But diesel's way more frequent, obviously. The gas is just kind of the ebbs and flows of the season. And that was part of why we didn't want to get a massive tank back there and just let gas sit for 2-3 years at a time.
I have a question,
Yes, ma'am.
an environmental question. Sounds like a smart play with the double wall tanks and the pad. Is there any logic to put something on top of that pad as a catch with a lip?
Well, there was, there,
Cause it's sitting right on the creek.
You still gotta have a drain. If you put a lip around it,
gonna catch
it's gotta
water.
drain because of the rain
Okay.
and
we used to have one, and then when you'd go back there, they had a piece of concrete on the edge to where the water would drain out, so it wasn't, it wasn't working. It
Right.
was not a true double wall.
But now you brought that up, maybe a piece of guardrail wouldn't be a half bad idea so nobody hit it.
That's a real good idea.
That's a good idea.
Especially, it's just busy back there. 'cause
And it's in a tight, bad kind of spot there anyways.
it's where we pick up, the stone, the little bends and everything
Yeah.
are back there too, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Something to think about.
Charlie, your question about gas, you're just thinking about it not going stale or whatever. I mean, you can get alcohol-free gas, it's more expensive, but get, and Lothry delivers it, that's what I buy, but as long as we're using it frequently enough, shouldn't be an issue.
And like I said, that was part of doing the smaller 550 tanks. You know, that way we don't even really get into that situation or problem.
I'm just trying to remember how often people used to come, but, you know, we're filling up the hoe and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and, you know, the
Two
skid
skidders,
steer and
a
stuff like
mini,
that.
and a tractor, we got a,
So the diesel's getting.
Some of the mowers are probably diesel.
I think they're all gas, but
Gas.
I could be wrong, but I think just what I've seen looking at them, I think they're all gas.
Skags, all the
Yeah,
skags and
we
stuff,
like the
they were
Skags.
gas. So in the summertime, we're going through a lot of
Yeah.
gas.
I was just wondering if
That's not an
it's
issue
worth
then.
putting a gas tank back there.
Yeah.
There
Because
is.
everybody goes to,
Yeah.
you know, Maristop or
Well,
whatever to
it-
get
yeah.
their gas, so.
Yeah, and we, like I said, we talked, me and Vince talked a lot with the foreman about that, and to get his opinion, because at the end of the day, it's his garage, and to him, it benefits the city and him to have that gas tank back there, because as they're loading mowers up every day, they're just right there, and then they go to where they need to cut, versus loading mowers up, going.
start their morning there at the
Right,
tank.
it kinda just made the ebbs and flows of that day in the morning make more sense. And then, like, they carry the fuel or the gas on the trucks for weed eater, stuff like that, it's right there. So then they can go out and do what they wanna do that day.
All right,
You
you
wanna
need
make
a
a
motion,
motion?
right?
Yep.
So, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of, 2 double wall tanks. Nathaniel, you said they're 2 550s is what they are?
Yes.
I think so.
And it's with the Lothar Valley Ag.
Correct.
And it looks like, per tank is $4,240.96 per tank, times 2, because we're gonna have a diesel and a fuel, correct?
Yep.
That's my motion.
Got a first, we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Everybody wanna go home? Okay,
Make a
so we'll make a motion to.
I did send over to Sean, I know everyone wants to get out of here, but I looked at the phase 2 plans, and
Oh, yes.
I have some ideas about maybe, Andy, I don't know if you had a chance to look at that or
Yep.
not.
Yep.
But maybe we can just bypass around, the discharge point and discharge into the manhole just on the crest as it drops over. But I really think with all that wastewater dumping into that one manhole, it's just pushing air down Carroll Avenue, and it's coming up out of the vented manholes. And honestly, if you put that rubber on that lid or just try to block all the places where it's gonna vent, it's gonna start pushing through people's vents in their homes. And I don't know, I just start thinking about it, maybe we can just dig around through that grassed area next to Terry Butler's house. And I know wiring into a 15-inch is not the smartest thing in the world, but dropping in is not advisable either.
Right, it'd be better to Y in, I mean, if you're gonna Y into the pipe and not the manhole itself. To me, it'd be better to Y in after the next manhole, but I know that's difficult because of the way that
It drops down that hill pretty
It drops
fast.
fast,
Yeah, I mean, we used like restrained pipe, I think, on that and whatnot.
but if you could Y in after, I feel like it could possibly create a Venturi effect.
Yeah.
And do the opposite of what
Pull
we're having.
the air down through there, it's not a bad idea.
So,
Anyway.
maybe.
You guys just keep percolating.
Well, it's, again, I was just talking to John about it before we had our meeting, hindsight, that there was supposed to be all sorts of flow that was supposed to come to that station, and it just never came, and now it's just way oversized, and I can't think of a way.
Well, one of the residents is blaming Casey Kaniga for it.
No, it's not it.
I didn't think so, but I'm just telling you.
It's gonna force all the way to that point.
Yeah.
There's no gravity.
I'm
There's
sorry?
no gravity nowhere. It'll push all the way to that point.
I'm not sure I understand the question, Charlie. So the force main's pumping right to Carroll, remember, and then we dumped in that manhole. Then at gravity, there's a 15-inch pipe that goes to the manhole that goes over the hill, and it goes to the mega manhole where we had the big vent down there. And down in that manhole, it's got that spiral thing. Remember that? It's where we tried to kick out some of the turbulence and whatnot. So, and I noticed too on the plans, I couldn't remember where the air release was, and it seems like where Beth and.
Right behind Beth's house.
No, I don't think it is it? I think
It's east of there.
it's up the road a little ways.
Towards your house?
It's a couple properties east of Beth's.
Towards your house? Okay.
So, and I asked Stickum to Sean, like, are these people complaining? Right there with the air release in their backyard. So that's leading me to believe it's not the air release. And I was hoping that I was gonna see that there wasn't, that it would just get to the air release, a high point, and then it was just gonna gravity to that manhole, but there's a belly in it that we had to get underneath that creek, and we came back up. So, again, we need to keep the air release in place. But I don't know, just, I didn't wanna, that's, if I was on the spot, that's probably what I'd be looking at, maybe doing something like that, trying to discharge further away from the homes, get it down over the hill. We just discharged it there because it was convenient. Yeah, we tied right in. There used to be a lift station at the end of Carroll, and we got rid of that old lift station. It's like, okay, boom, we'll turn that lift station into a manhole, and everything else is gravity, and we're easy peasy.
I still like my idea. Tap into Lothric Creek, run more flow through it.
No,
Yeah, I didn't say it was
I looked
legal,
at
I
it a
just said
little
it was
bit too,
cheap.
to see if you could extend the gravity all the way back to where the air release is, but I don't know that you're gaining anything by doing it. And it would be more or less exposed in that creek if you did that, the gravity would be. But,
yeah, it was
I mean, that's not the end of the world, you could encase it in some concrete,
case
but
it, yeah.
it's
I
not
think,
gonna freeze, it's empty most of the time, but.
I think we even put, I think the top of the force main is just below the creek. I think there's concrete on top of it, I'll be
Right.
honest with you.
I looked at that and that just, I don't know that you gain much by doing it. You're just probably moving the smell 4 properties down, 3
Yeah,
properties down.
I was just
So-
thinking, let's just get the heck away from the homes.
But you
know?
get rid of the air release, so you get rid of that force main's gonna stay full. So what you've got now, you have, I don't know, 300 feet of force main that's empty.
Yeah.
So that'd be the only advantage, but I don't know that it would solve it.
Yeah. Well, I dropped those off with Sean, he got them today, as a matter of fact, and, maybe kick it around, see what he thinks, and.
We'll
sounds like-
bring it back in January.
Yeah,
Okay, hey, in January, we have, Structure Point is presenting,
Yes.
okay? What else did you wanna tell this group? I thought there was something else you wanted.
We have an executive session at 4:45 before our January meeting. The other thing I want to mention, because this is the Public Safety Board, is that Acorn Hall is
Oh, yeah.
deteriorating pretty severely if you've driven past there. We did file an unsafe building. The judge gave them until January 5th to fix the exterior and the bricks, but that really hasn't happened. And the north wall is deteriorating to the point that bricks are now falling off of it. So we may need to take some emergency
walk around
action on that, but I just wanted to update you in case you're asked about it.
did you have like an engineer or some inspector look at it?
We got a structural engineering report back in the summer, and it said it needed to be sealed from water because that's what's causing these issues, but now we're in December and it hasn't.
And the windows are gone, you know that,
Yeah,
right?
the
No, I
water,
didn't
know.
the water has
Just rode by there today and I was
collapsed the
like, man, that
windows
place
in
will
and
fall in.
bricks are falling off, so.
Wow, I just saw something, I saw some social media stuff about it. That's,
It's bad. You guys, I'd like you to all, windows are going,
wow,
gone.
it's not good.
No, it's just falling apart.
The front of it too there.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
so-
I don't feel
There's
Greendale,
sections failed
I don't
on
feel
top.
it's Greendale's responsibility to fix someone's house.
No. Is
Yeah.
it on some I'm sure is it on a register?
I don't think so.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Not, I don't think it is, at one time it was on individual. It's part of that
Yeah,
business.
it's not good.
I do think when Cornelius was in there, it had individual designation, but don't take that to the bank.
Well, Mitchell Kaniga with Indiana Landmarks, is that correct?
Yeah.
He's aware of the situation. They have money invested in the house. If they want to save it, they need to save it.
I agree.
I don't think it's the taxpayers of Greendale's responsibility to save that house.
I agree. I was just responding to that question.
So we still have the whole unsafe building,
Yeah, we still have that, but now we've got this north wall that quite frankly looks like it's gonna collapse.
Yeah.
that whole side of the house looks like it's gonna collapse.
Bowing.
So, we're kind of at a crossroads with what's gonna happen with this house. I just wanted to update the board.
That's cool, but the unsafe building, does that go through council? 'Cause-
No, it's at Lawrenceburg City Court.
We took that off their plate.
Yeah,
because- yeah.
that's what I thought, okay, so so who's your hearing,
The Lawrenceburg City Court, the judge.
that's the quote-unquote unsafe building officer or whatever?
But
Whatever the heck that
it's
was.
here because we're Board of Works and Safety.
Okay,
So safety, this is where it's coming in as a
Yeah,
safety.
I'm not asking for any action from the board. I'm just letting you know that.
okay.
Right.
I'm just, it's different than what we had before. I'm just trying to get my own head around
Right.
what we're doing.
Well, it was always hard, difficult for council to make that decision.
I know.
Right,
I know.
so we took that off their plate.
Okay, well, staff, honestly, staff is
Listen,
one, and with
yeah.
the city attorney, we found
We-
problems and
We've been working on this for a year.
yeah, I know.
Right? It's been a year. He's been given notice for a year. And
Carrot and a stick, I'm sure, right? So we
Well,
always did it.
we've tried it,
Carrot's done,
yeah.
got it.
How many grants has been given to fixing that place?
I think he got a $100,000 grant, didn't he?
Didn't that Cornelius, didn't he get grants for it?
I'm sure Cornelius got grants, because he didn't have the money to pour into it, and he poured a lot of money into it, but that's been,
I say this every time. My mother is 83. She has never seen its owner occupied. You think about that. That house.
Used to be called Farley View. You ever heard that? Before Farley View, that's what Vern Hickman used to call it. Farley View.
It was always apartments.
oh, it's never a bank or a funeral home or any of that.
No, Nope. And it was never, the owning family never lived in it. It was never a residence. A fa-
Except back in the day, Cornelius, and the bank probably owned it.
But he never finished it. He never lived in it. Lawrenceburg's got a whole list of them down there he had.
Does the bank, in reality, the bank may have that house, and maybe it's not a formal.
There's no mortgage.
And we have begged him to sell it, Linda. Begged him.
The history of, I mean, it used to be the Squibb House, right? Way back in the day, and. Okay, thank you.
Okay, just trying to keep you guys abreast.
Can't think of nothing, anything else. Make a motion to adjourn, wishing everyone a happy Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, got a first, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank you, too.
Yep.
Has anybody here been that good? Does it even matter?
To what? Why, yeah.
Christmas?